Domestic violence and how it affects our pets, right? Not human being children, the non-human being children, because a lot of people don't realize the extent of how this goes, right? So if you're new here, yes, I'm a survivor. It's my voice, my story, my journey. Y'all got Coupe at your fingertips, but this is me coming from personal. I'll do some slides with statistics afterwards, okay? So for us here, we'll break it down. So 5 dogs, 2 pigs, a parrot, a chicken, a turkey, and a rabbit, all throughout different times. Prior to meeting that wife, I had 4 dogs. Eventually, over the years, they started passing for old age. However, that's not the case for all of them. When I tell y'all I wasn't allowed to go anywhere or have anybody come over, not only did I get worse in my physical disability because of medical negligence, some of my babies passed way too soon for the same negligence. So one of my Cecilia, she had bladder stones. She could have had life-saving surgery. That was part of that financial abuse, and that, like, you know, I'm going to get you, that power and control, knowing that she could do that. With the other ones getting older, you know, they need a softer diet, not being able to buy the food that they need, not being able to take them to the vet for years and get their vaccinations. I mean, you name it, this is the shit that happens, y'all, and I'm telling you. Because it's not good, and we don't realize it, right? We know about children who are in households with it, and not a lot of people think about the pets. Right? So you fast forward to now talking about the dogs. The one that's left, Jackson, he was the younger of them because I got him after her and I were together. And he'll be 9. He's a dorky, tiny little thing. And he didn't know life without the other dogs. However, he was so loving, right? I've been in rescue for over 20 years, and he was just so loving. It got to the point where the more abuse, physical and yelling that happened, the more irritable he became. And so when she was still here, together, separated, whatever, her response to his aggression would be to put a towel or a blanket over his head and shove him on the floor. And it's like, when we got him, he wasn't that way, right? So now that she's been long gone, Jackson has long-term PTSD. He is the type of dog that you would go adopt and look at them and say, gosh, I wish I knew what you went through before me, right? Like, who hurt you? He is that dog that someone would have to adopt to deal with these things and the PTSD that he has. So he still gets a little angry. It's not like he's just like, you know, we're careful with any dogs, and anything with teeth can bite, but he definitely has to have his yellow bandana. You know, in case y'all don't know, for dogs, yellow means like caution. And he's getting older, and his food things have changed, and Boo makes his food. Right? And so it's amazing to have her here. And it's been almost 4 years, and he's finally coming around a little bit. He finally let us put his harness on for the hurricanes. And let me tell you, now we're trying to get it off, and we can't figure out how to get it off because he won't let us go near him. So you fast forward, chicken and turkeys, they passed. They did not have a proper enclosure because she didn't know how to do anything, and she just thought, why not? It's a free-for-all. So that was really sad. And, you know, the fact of getting like the eggs and stuff, I loved my Chicken Little. She's a beautiful chicken. Y'all could see all the babies on their IG is Wilbur and Wonderland. So then we come down to the 2 pigs, right? Wilbur and Daisy. Shortly after she finally moved out, but she ended up getting a camper, and she put it on the other side of the property. That side of the property was not supposed to be exposed to the pigs or to any of the dogs because of the things that grow over there, and in particular for pigs, the oak tree, which has the acorns, very poisonous and bad for pigs. So when she finally left, within a month, Wilbur had gotten sick. And at that time, I was still a little bit more able to do things. I became his 24/7 intensive care nurse. I had my vet telling me where to put his penicillin injections. And 8 weeks it took, but he survived. And then y'all know my baby girl, my piggy Daisy, passed last year in February. Because I couldn't save her. You can't see them 24/7, and I can't build a fence, and she never wanted to build an enclosure to make sure that they didn't go to the other side. Negligence again. Boo came here, and within a few months she had an enclosure up. She was like, that's good, because I don't want to look for them on the other side either. You see how these things start rolling into it? Patrick. Y'all know Patrick. You think I got agoraphobia? He got agoraphobia. He just came out of his cage the other day, y'all. Can't wait to tell you that story. After 4 years, he didn't want to come out of his cage. He's like, I don't want to deal with that. All the yelling, the screaming, the hitting. I just... And most birds don't like to be covered, but at night he does. He has a little thing that I put over him, and it leaves his front area open. He feels safe because, trust me, if you know, you know. There were times, and that's what these people will use. The abusers will use coercion and control and power. They will threaten anything that means anything to you. And sometimes we stay. What am I going to do? Take 5 dogs, 2 pigs, a chicken, a turkey, a rabbit, and a parrot somewhere? I mean, where are they going to take me? Right? And that's how that coercion starts happening. My Jazzy girl, my bunny, she had escaped her enclosure back in 2018. I couldn't go look for her. She wouldn't go look for her. I couldn't get flyers and put them up. To this day, I think to myself, did someone find my Jazzy girl? Are they treating her good? Is she doing good? Or did something else happen? Did she have to suffer? We think of these things and it hurts. It hurts in the heart so bad. I tell y'all to embrace your emotions, and it gets a lot talking about all of them together. And you think of these things and we see these things and I'm able to talk about it. And sometimes you look back and you're like, wow, see, because it wasn't just me. It wasn't just medical negligence to me. It was medical negligence to them, not taking them to the vet and getting them their shots, not giving them the proper food, which in turn led to them passing sooner than normal because they really couldn't eat the hard food. And I was doing the best I could. But everything was being controlled. All right? So when we think about domestic violence and we talk about a household and how it affects things, it's not just human being children. It's the non-human being children. And it could be anything else. That coercion is real. All right, y'all. So remember, you're not alone. We're in it together. And I love you.